So how's it going, everybody? Hope you're enjoying your weekend like I am. Hey, kitty. Just out here riding around on my little trail 125. I just got done doing an oil change on it last weekend. I got 668 miles on it right now. So I did this first break-in oil change. So I'm out here riding around kind of, making sure the oil's nice and topped off where it's supposed to be. I've already pulled over and checked out the oil level. What's down here? Let's figure this out together. So I've already topped off the oil where it's supposed to be. And the engine sounded pretty good. Nice and smooth running. So I'm just out here putting a few more miles on it because I know at around the 800 mile mark, if it's the same as with my scooter and my monkey, right about around the 800 mile mark, these things, for some reason, they have a noticeable power increase. I'd say as much as about 10 to 20%. You can really feel it once the engine's broke in and it's got some fresh oil in it. So I'm just out here putting some miles on it and hoping that's going to happen with this bike because, well, it happened with my monkey and my scooter. So fingers crossed it happens with this one. And once these things get a few miles on them, man, they just start to purr. I always really like the sound of my monkey because it sounds like a kitten purring when you're just cruising down the road at a certain speed and you can hear the engine just right. So it's really kind of relaxing. I really do love these Honda 125cc motors. They're just awesome. They're so bulletproof and reliable and just good running little bikes. So she's feeling pretty good. I like it a lot. Why does it say road closed up here? Why is it everywhere I go around here it says nothing but a bunch of damn road closures? For resolution 5 something. I don't get it. It says closed, but it's opened. I don't know. This really ticks me off, irritates me. I wonder if it's closed to everybody except people who live up there, I bet. So in one of the other videos, I went riding way out into God knows where. No trespassing there either. Can't get down that road. That's a private drive with a house for sale sign. But I rode way out past another town here by where I live, and it had road closed signs up on it too. So I'm really getting irritated by that. I buy a little trail bike for going exploring on things, and everywhere I go the roads are all closed. That's very irritating, but we'll find something eventually. They can't all be closed, right? So I'm hoping this camera is working correctly. I went ahead and bought another DJI Osmo Action 4 and picked up the little remote control for it so I can have the GPS readout. Now, I have no idea how I get the footage, from the camera with the GPS stuff on it and then into my editing program, so I'm gonna have to mess around with that. Hopefully it's not too much of a big pain in the ass because that will be all for nothing. It's one thing I don't, it bothers me, and I'm sure it bugs everybody else, is when you buy something expecting it to do something and it's kind of crippled in the way it's like, for all I know, you can only get like 720p or 1080p footage out of that with the GPS overlay on it, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, hopefully I can export it in 4K into my editing program and have some nice ride-along footage, another angle for things, and have some pretty cool GPS overlay stuff. So what are my thoughts on this bike, having owned it for, I don't know, a couple months now? Got enough miles on it to do its first oil change, first break-in. What are my genuine, honest thoughts about this bike? I will tell you right now that I love it. I didn't even think that I wouldn't, love it. I didn't know going into buying this thing. All I know is that I wanted one, and I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. But I can tell you right now, with all honesty, this is probably my favorite bike that I've ever owned. I'm sorry, monkey, I'm sorry. But this one is capable of doing everything that my little monkey can do, and then some. So we'll go over here, back to where I rode this thing my first time, taking it off the road onto some dirt trails, and we'll ride over here and just check it out and see how these rear shocks do off-road. Let's see, how do I get in here? Right here, I believe. See how these rear YSS shocks do compared to the factory ones when I came back here. Hopefully there's no crackheads back here today. So I bought new tires for this, the Shinko 244s, I think they are. They're the more aggressive knobby style, but not total knobbies. Well, this is not where I came in, is it? Cannot be. Is it? So anyways, like I was saying, I did buy some Shinko 244s to put on this bike, but I really don't want to just, you know, throw these factory tires like in the bin somewhere, because I know they got some, you know, they handle pretty decent for stuff like this. I mean, they're not terrible. One thing I will say about this bike is it is extremely quiet, not only when it's running, but like as far as like, you know, knocks and rattles and things like that, there aren't any on this bike. It's just like it's one piece and it's really quiet. But yeah, the tires, I'm going to change out the tires, but I'm going to wait until I can find some really good trail places where I can go riding, because I don't want to put the tires on if everything around me is closed for the season or something, because that won't do any good. Because I've heard from what I've read that you can get about, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 miles out of those Shinko 244s before you need to replace the back one. But from what I've read, the front one stays good for a very long time. So I was thinking about, I'll just buy another back tire to have as a spare. That way I can change it out every 3,000 or 4,000 miles. Because at the rate or the amount that I ride, that's enough to last me, you know, 4 or 5 years with 2 tires. And I'll be happy with that. But I've been back here before, there's nothing in here. What I really like about this bike is just how light it is. It just works so well. Oh, I'm going to stop here real quick and I'll show you guys something. It's pretty cool. Is it nice and stiff there? Okay. See this? Check this out. Kind of cool. Make sure my camera's still tight. Yeah, it's still good. This right here, little bottle holder, fits perfect right there. Kind of, when you got a bottle in there, it just kind of falls into that little space right there, and it's freaking awesome. What is that? It's a 32 ounce Nalgene bottle. Pretty cool. Still recording. Yes, sir. Looks pretty good. Second gear on this bike feels really good for just some kind of you know, slow crawling along, you know, riding stuff like this. Second gear feels pretty good until you get, you know, under about 5 miles an hour. Obviously it needs first, but just riding around in here at like 9 or 10 miles per hour, second gear feels just right. Whee! Now I'm tripping because I don't remember that freaking pile of rocks back there when I first came in here. Well, this is not where I came in, is it? Cannot be. Is it? This wasn't here last time, and this looks pretty fresh. Did I miss the road somewhere? I don't remember that being there. So now I don't know what to think. Am I crazy or just not remembering? Right? I'm gonna have to go back and look at my original footage and see what I was looking at back there. So I can't find anything wrong with this bike. Since I've had it, just been riding it around and figuring it out, how to ride it and, you know, what it's good for and stuff. I can't find any faults with it, other than, you know, it's a little bit slow. You know, it'll carry 50 miles per hour, and I've even added, you know, about 20 pounds worth of stuff to it. So she'll cruise along at 50 miles an hour, no problem. Anything over that, you know, depending on which way the wind's blowing, I might be asking for a bit much, but other than that, I have not found anything that I don't like about this bike. It gets awesome gas mileage. It looks really cool. I think it does anyways. Plenty of stuff you can add to it to make it, you know, kitted out for a nice little trail bike. Maybe this is the part that I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that fence being there with those piles of rocks. Well, we'll have to see, I guess. Try to get straight out of here, but I don't remember coming through this fence over here either. So yeah, the bike, you know, riding around in town doing exploring stuff, I think this bike is freaking perfect. Now I know that I had a Honda CRF 300L before I had this, and what really kept me from doing a lot more stuff on that bike was just to me, it felt like it was too tall. Now I know when you sit on a CRF 300L, it squashes down quite a bit, but you know, it just felt like it was way too tall for me to manage it. Now I know I'm 6 foot tall myself and should have no issues whatsoever with it, but it didn't inspire confidence for me, so I didn't feel comfortable, you know, going out and exploring on it. One thing I found, I do use this rear brake on this thing a lot, so I am thankful that they put a disc brake on the back, because when I'm downshift rev matching action, God, I don't know if I should go down here. It looks like Pitbull Central. Downshift, rev matching, and all that stuff like that. It just, I use my rear brake a lot. That way I can, you know, rev match with my throttle hand. So I'm glad they put a disc brake on the back. Thankful for that. Bunch of chickens. Yeah, I don't know if I should be down here. This seems like there's probably dogs down here. Oh, there's one dog. Vicious. How did I know there were going to be dogs? Hey puppy, want to race? But yeah, I'm going to do a walk around video going over all the parts and things that I've done to this bike. I don't know if I'm going to wait a little bit longer and put a few more things on it. I probably will. I mean, I'm sure you guys just watching this video, you can see that I've done things to it. My little water bottle holder. I don't know why I'm so happy about that, but I love it. I am very amused by simple things in life. Some things that people would just not give a crap about. It's like me, I'm like, yeah, I dig that. I'm a simple man. Fourth gear, climbing this hill at 34 miles an hour, no problem. So if this thing gains just a little bit more power like my other 125s and small bore Hondas have done in the past, then man, I will be just absolutely loving this bike even more. One thing I really like about this bike since I bought it, it just inspires me to ride more, just get out and go explore some places. I mean, it's freaking awesome. You guys know when you buy a bike and you really dig it and you just want to go out and ride it? Yeah, that's this bike. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right there, guys. Thanks for riding along. Me just kind of yapping about random BS, talking about this bike once again, because I love it so much. So anyways, everybody ride safe, have a good day, and I will see you on the next video.